Hey guys, it's Angela, and in this video, I want to discuss why the adult film industry must be stopped immediately. This popular song says, "Live fast, die young, bad girls do it well." This Kanye West song repeats the same lyrics, live fast and die young, live fast and die young. Another song by Liam Payne also says, live fast, die young. And in his case, and in many recent porn star cases, that is exactly what they are doing. Cagney Lynn Carter died at 36 from taking her own life. Sophia Leone passed at just 26 from a suspicious passing. This woman, Jessie Jane, passed at just 43 from an overdose. Thana Fields was only 24 years old when she was found unalive in her home after speaking up against the industry. In recent news, Emily Willis may never walk again. Apparently, she only weighed 80 pounds when she went into rehab before the heart attack that put her into a coma. Lana Rhoades has begun to speak out against the mental health crisis that these women are facing and the fact that she was put to do scenes that she never wanted to do but felt forced into doing, like many other women in the industry do. She says she thinks there are still going to be girls who are infatuated with the industry, who think it's going to be very glamorous, and I warn girls against it. It's not that glamorous, and it's not even well paying, and even if it was, it is not worth their lives. Many of them begin to feel so insecure and shamed that they suffer from depression and go into addiction that ultimately leads to many premature deaths. Along with that, many of these women start at such young ages, like this woman, Tracy Lord, who got into the industry at only 15.
At 16 years old?
No, I was 15 when I started.
You started in films? You were 15 years old?
I was 15. Well, I didn't start in films. I posed for Penthouse when I was 15.
So this woman basically lied about her age, and I guess they never actually checked into it. 90% of the women in this industry said that they have wanted to escape, but they have no other means for survival. And they also experience post-traumatic stress disorder at rates of nearly 70% equivalent to veterans of combat war. And the women who we have seen that haven't made it out of the industry and passed away in it, their videos are still out there. Here we have an article titled "From Deadly Infections to Suicide to Overdoses," and this is Sophie Anderson at only 36 years old. She was a popular actress and mom of 4, gone because of what this industry is capable of. This industry is also responsible for a lot of the trafficking that takes place in the US. 70% of women trafficked into the industry work in blank and the clubs and massage parlors. The traffickers exploit their victims such as financial desperation, substance misuse, addiction, unstable housing, and lack of job opportunities.
There is some sort of post-traumatic stress that is in you from this experience.
Yes.
People ask me if they should do porn. I tell them no. I tell them that it makes life really hard.
And then I think to myself, maybe a 9 to 5 won't be so bad.
Honestly, some of my experiences are really humiliating for me.
I send a very strong message to young girls. Don't do porn. As much I understand it, you want to embrace your sexuality. You want to say, screw the man, screw whatever. Like, I can do what I want with my body, but you're just going to have a life of crap in front of you. And
Here is a woman named Pamela Anderson sharing the dark side and the true side, the realistic side of this industry.
And I think we need a sensual revolution because in the age of technology, there's so much access, and I feel like people are becoming desensitized, and and the multiple visual images that get weirder and stranger, and it's a big concern. I have children and 2 teenage boys, and and you have a child, and it's
14-year-old boy.
It's worrisome when I talk to a lot of mothers, and I know I'm part of the problem. I should probably disqualify myself from this whole situation because I was in Playboy and I had a tape stolen from my home and exploited all over the world, and people saw things that they should have never seen. But I didn't think Playboy was pornographic.
No, and I think people, I'm sure, will say, Pamela Anderson is saying, don't watch porn. Hang on, she did naked.
I'm not. Have you ever been treated like a porn star in bed? It's no fun at all. Slapped, hit, called names, spit on, that's...
And have you experienced that?
I have, and I never want to have that happen again, because I think people also put that image on me thinking they have to be wild and crazy, and then I'm thinking, God, this addiction, when a woman who is, living, breathing, lying in bed, and your husband's in the bathroom with a computer.
This all perhaps began with a film in 1896 called The Kiss. This was the first film to contain a kiss. It had a close-up of a couple who had a short peck on the lips, just a little tiny kiss. And that is something that nowadays they put on Disney Channel for kids. Back then, this kissing scene was denounced as shocking and obscene to early moviegoers and caused the Roman Catholic Church to call for censorship and moral reform, as kissing in public at the time could lead to prosecution. And I believe that the Roman Catholic Church should have done more than just call censorship, because now it has gotten so much worse. So how much of the internet consists of this? 4% of websites, 13% of web searches, and 20% of mobile searches. Percentage of US adults 18 to 34 who watch it at least weekly. 87% men, 28.5% women. And we're going to talk about some of the negative effects that this has, as well as some ways to help people struggling to stop. It's so crazy that at one point, a little peck was considered obscene, but now 61% of the stuff that they show on Netflix, 61% is for a mature audience. And this isn't from a mobile phone. This is something that people have on big TV screens that families are gathering to watch together, and it's just become so normalized. What also is crazy is before it used to come in magazines or DVDs, and nowadays it is just in our fingertips, so easy to access, and whatever that input is on the TV or the phone, it's going to affect what the output is on that display. And the same thing happens in our minds. If we're seeing that kind of stuff, it's going to affect the output, our behavior, our mental self-talk, and how we view ourselves and the world around us. Another crazy fact is that 60% of these websites are hosted in our country. So why have we allowed this as an okay thing in our culture? But the most disturbing part is that teenagers, 93% of teen boys and 62% of girls have been exposed to this at a very young age. So here are some effects that it has on the brain. First of all, heavier users had less gray matter in their brain. Second, the users had weaker brain response when showed these kinds of images because they're so desensitized to it. And thirdly, the brain circuitry between the prefrontal cortex, the decision-making part of our brain, and the reward system was reduced. Another interesting finding from the National Center on Exploitation is that in 2016, the researchers found that 49% of the subjects reported seeking material that was not previously interesting to them or that they considered disgusting. Now let's talk about OnlyFans, because this is when the industry went from destroying some women's life to potentially destroying many millions of women's lives. Like, it's crazy that OnlyFans is ranked as one of the top 50 visited websites worldwide and has over 238 million registered users and generates $2.5 billion. And Black China was the highest OnlyFans creator in 2023, earning $20 million monthly. OnlyFans has monthly traffic of 1 billion users, and more than 44% of that traffic comes from the United States. Here it is. The average OnlyFans creator makes $150 to $180 a month. But even if they were doing Black China or Bad Barbie numbers and making millions of dollars, is it really worth their health? Health is wealth. In Christopher West's book, The Good News About Blank and Marriage, he says that blank does nothing but foster in a man his fallen inclination to treat women as things for his own gratification. A man who uses blank so long as he remains in its clutches, he is incapacitated himself to love women properly. He cannot hope to have healthy, pure relationship with a woman. He cannot hope to enter marriage honestly, fruitfully, and faithfully. Men who use this have emasculated themselves. It is so awkward to talk about this, but the truth is that many men do struggle with this, and there is a movement called NoFap, and some of the mental benefits from it are increased happiness, boosted confidence, increased motivation and willpower, lower levels of stress and anxiety, heightened spirituality, self-acceptance, and improved attitude and appreciation towards others, as well as physical benefits, because in life we have to look at the physical, spiritual, and mental side of all things. And so this movement is good for all of those areas. It has higher energy levels, muscle growth, better sleep, improved focus and concentration, better physical performance and stamina, as well as other benefits. One of my absolute favorite quotes of all times is that you cannot change your destiny overnight, but you can change your direction overnight. And that decision only takes 1 second to just write out your intentions and to every day revisit that paper. Maybe you guys have heard that everything that is measured and tracked gets improved, and it is important to hold ourselves to a high standard, whether it's our weight or our stress levels. We need to be able to quantify all of those things and track them over time so we can see how different things and happenings and reactions and decisions in our lives are causing certain desirable or undesirable effects, and we can get more of what we want and less of what we don't want. Please double check that you are subscribed to my channel. Thank you so much. I'll see you next time. Bye.